I was scrolling through YouTube yesterday and I seen passionate Kelsie making a scrap yarn basket. So I thought I would give it a try. This is my first basket. I did not follow a pattern. I just freehanded it. I've had this yarn sitting here for months. It was gifted to me and it's very scratchy. Like a lot of pieces come off while you're working with it. It was completely tangled, so I just been having it sit there for the longest. And I thought this would be the perfect project to, get rid of this yarn. And I needed a little basket to put my dog's leashes in. So this definitely did work out decent. But I was also scrolling Reddit and I came across some funny crochet stories, so I thought I would insert them here. That way you could watch me make this basket but also hear some embarrassing or funny crochet stories. So this one says, I haven't had too many judgments to my crocheting at church on planes, but I do have an embarrassing story. Last week at church, I was cramping pretty badly and was slightly out of it. I got up to go to the bathroom during the sermon and I feel something kind of trailing behind me. Somehow my granny square I was working on stuck to my dress and was following me down the aisle. The ball of yarn just sitting at my seat. I almost cried. I was so embarrassed, to be honest. I think that would be so embarrassing. It would kind of be the equivalent to walking out of the bathroom with toilet paper on your shoe. But yeah, this was one story that had me cracking up. Now the next one, I often do deliveries and I will bring crochet with me. So I do park places and then just crochet while I'm waiting on another delivery. But listen to this story. And now it got me thinking that maybe I should really watch where I'm parking to crochet. So this one says, the worst experience crocheting in public. I stopped around the corner from my house to do 4 rows left on a hat for a Christmas present. Middle of the day, I'm in a red Nissan Versa hatchback. Guy and his wife plus another woman come out screaming at me to move and that I'm scaring their kids by crocheting in front of their house. Okay, middle-aged lady with yarn scary in her old hatchback. And then somebody commented, maybe they thought you were a witch. My boyfriend makes jokes about how I'm muttering under my breath, weaving a hook around and magically making hats appear. And the response was, LOL, I guess if the kids were giraffes, it was a hat for a 5-year-old and was in my lap. The whole interaction was bizarre as I live in the burbs and they were screeching out about calling the cops or shooting me. Someone said, that sounds like a thoroughly terrifying experience, but an absolutely hilarious story to tell. And she responded with, it was really weird and yes, a bit scary as they pretty much blocked me from leaving while simultaneously yelling at me for stopping on the street near their house. I get a laugh out of it now, but damn, it was weird and unsettling at the time, which definitely I would feel scared. And now I'm definitely gonna be more cautious on where I park and crochet. So this next story was also pretty weird. Let me know what you think about this. It says, I travel a good amount and crochet. It's perfect to pass the time. A lot of people get curious about it, particularly kids and older people. Sometimes there are questions or they'll touch the yarn, which doesn't normally bother me until my most recent flight. I was sitting in the aisle seat and needed a switch project since I ran out of yarn. So I got up to swap in the overhead bin. I sit down and a man comes up to me from a few rows behind, lifts his bare foot, next to my lap and asked if I could make him some socks before we land. I told him it was the wrong yarn and he played it up with, "Aw, come on," but seemed like he genuinely wanted me to do it. A couple awkward chuckles and he left. "But sir, I don't know you and why would you think that was okay? Has anyone else dealt with wild stranger encounters?" I thought that was so hilarious. Like, could you imagine somebody lifting their barefoot? First of all, why are you on the plane and you're barefoot? But second of all, randomly asking a stranger to make you a pair of socks is really hilarious. But that's it for these stories. I hope you enjoyed them and got a good laugh out of them while crocheting or watching me crochet. I'm almost done with this basket. This was my first time actually making this basket. Like I said, it was free-handed. I kind of improvised on the handles and it came out pretty cool and it works good for what I wanted to use it for. I ended up using all of the blue and had a little bit of the yellow left, which I ended up throwing away because this yarn just was very fuzzy. I don't know. When I worked with it, when I was untangling it, as you can see on the desk, there's little like fuzz everywhere. I feel like it's in my nose at this point. I had to definitely deep clean my desk and my floor after this because one thing I hate is fuzzy yarn that just gets all over the place. I also didn't realize that I had this fall sale tag behind me or under my desk. And no, I'm not having a fall sale. It's not even fall yet. But I just recently found this tag because I was cleaning up my desk and I said I was going to remove it before I started the video and I totally forgot to do it. Sorry if some of the audio is not matching up properly. TikTok gave me such a hard time to get this video out. I don't even know. I had to restart my phone. I think it's just because it's a longer video, but I wanted to make a little bit of a longer video because I haven't been posting on my YouTube. So you could definitely find this video on YouTube if TikTok is acting crazy, because I already had to exit out of TikTok like 5 times to try and get this together. So let me know your stories because I would love to hear them or read them in my next video. And this is the ending of my bag. It took me a few hours to make and it came out nice. You could see that little bit of yellow in the end on the back, but hey, like I said, this is only for me and my home, and if I do plan to sell any of these, they definitely will not be in this material. Speaking about being scammed, yesterday actually brought out a lot of motivation, and I'm definitely in for the new journey and the new videos I'm going to be posting. So definitely stay tuned and follow this journey. I appreciate it.